Welcome. It's Facts You Don't Know. If it's your first time here and you want to find out new facts that will definitely make you smarter and more, well, and first make sure to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss anything.
Although China's GDP per capita is about US $8,000, Guizhou is just over US $4,800, making it one of the poorest provinces in the country. Tuanji Village is located in Tuanniga City, Guizhou Province, China, which is home to the Galayou people. For the past 20 years, rice is a rare commodity in Tuanji. This village does not have the stable supply of water needed to cultivate, so people have to rely on maize as their main food. But thanks to the perseverance of a man, Tuanji's fate changed. Especially in the arid years, their maize crop fails and villagers only have enough corn to eat for the next 4 or 5 months. At one point, all villagers had to get water from a single well, and even it often dried up. However, at the present time, the water has returned to the village through a canal dug deep into the wall of a nearby 1,300-meter-high mountain, all thanks to the efforts of Huang Dafa. Locals call it Dafa Canal, in honor of the person who built it. Huang spent his young years digging a canal through this Lingbao mountain. The successes and failures of the project lasted up to 36 years. Mr. Huang said, "Water is my life, and this canal is like my child." Although China's GDP per capita is about US $8,000, Guizhou is just over US $4,800, making it one of the poorest provinces in the country. Mr. Huang's children, 2 sons and 6 daughters, dropped out early. Paying their education is too expensive for poor families, and at home, his children can help with farm work. The highest educated family member was his youngest son, who completed high school and became a teacher. Previous generations of Mr. Huang accepted Tuanji's fate, but when Huang became village leader at the age of 28, he began to dream of completing a difficult task, to bring water back to his village. In the 1960s, the Red Flag Canal of Henan Province became prominent news on the front page nationwide. In a region known for a drought and water shortages, locals have built a 70-kilometer-long canal to bring water from nearby rivers and mountains to their homes. The Red Flag Canal has become an inspiration for Tuanji residents, and Huang is determined to implement the initiative of the Tuanji people to have their own water. His idea is about to take the water from the Loisi River, a few kilometers away from Tuanji. However, for the villagers, the canal is a major engineering project. For a decade, they tried to dig their own version of the Red Flag Channel, but in the end, most gave up. Mr. Huang is a determined man. He visited water management stations to learn about canal construction. Although he was only in elementary school, he bought a dictionary and looked up words he didn't know well. Year after year, he asked for government support to start the project again, but he never received an answer from the authorities. Finally, in the winter of 1990, Mr. Huang decided to walk 100 kilometers to the city of Tuanniga, a 2-day trip. On arrival, he waited near the then Deputy Director of the Water Resources Bureau of Tuanniga River District, which was responsible for Tuanji Village. Although the authorities expressed sympathy for the urgent circumstances of Tuanji, they asked the villagers to pay more than $1,400 to show their willingness to commit building the channel and the canal with the support of the department. At that time, the average Tuanji people lived on less than 14.7 USD a year, so to collect $1,400 USD was a big challenge. Some people refuse to contribute as soon as they know that the money will be used for a project that they think will fail. Others scoffed. "You failed the first time, so I'll only admit it if you succeed this time." However, most support him. The project was started again in 1992. Huang led more than 100 villagers through the mountains to start digging the canal. The local government contributed more than $8,800 to the effort and 190 tons of corn to feed the workers with some skilled construction workers to help. But the villagers still had to buy explosives, hammers, and other materials themselves, raw materials for making cement. The design requires the canal extends to a 500-meter long and 300-meter high cliff. Digging a canal at this cliff requires utmost care. Going ahead, Huang tied a rope around his back and hung himself on the cliff to test its endurance. The cliff survey took half a year. The canal was officially started in August 1994, 2.5 years after the project began. Overnight, the village of Tuanji received water. Currently, after 2 decades, young green rice and yellow mustard flowers adorn the village's fields. The canal brings water to every home, allowing households to irrigate fields and raise livestock. However, Tuanji's efforts to reduce poverty have not been completed. 1 in every 5 families is below the national poverty line. Despite being over 80 years of age, Mr. Huang still spends time cleaning up the mud from the canal, fixing the leak, and he has no intention of stopping. He said, "I can dig better than any young person with a pickaxe. Even with a hoe, a cow might be faster than me, but sooner or later I can catch it." Leaving a bowl of water in the refrigerator not only saves electricity, but also has unexpected effects.
Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks. We'll be right back to you as fast as we can.